Hello, people, and welcome to a nice, bright, cheery, sunny morning. But fortunately, I've covered up my window to block out all that bright, cheery morning sunlight. Who wants that when you're trying to play some Diablo? Not me. Yuck. So, I got a pretty good ancient legendary build here, but I do have another one I'm working on, which I may actually already have finished, completed. Possible, it's possible, and I think I'm going to try to test it out if I've got all the necessary components. Some of these things are a little bit on the low side, but I think it's good enough for me to get an idea. Alright, so probably can keep all of my ringy dingies. Okay, so it's basically this Aquila Cuirass. Let's see, these gloves, I guess I'm gonna keep this helm and these pauldrons. I gotta look and see if I've got a better version of Nemesis braces, which I do. At least for this build anyways. This isn't all that great, but and I like this particular build. I've tested it out before, but I don't think I really gave it a very fair test. Very good test. I've had some ideas since then. These are almost exactly the same. I guess this one's a little bit better. I got these, and it all revolves around the golem. And the golem spitting out corpses, and then me using corpse lance. That's basically what it revolves around. Oh boy. Let's see here. Well, I was wondering if maybe I had a better weapon, because I'm not using Grimsith at all. I don't think I'm going to be doing anything with curses in this. Oh, well, that's not completely true. If I keep this out. This one looks not too bad. I might be able to get away with using this one. I don't know. I think I'm better off just... I can do curses. I just... One of the other things about this build is it doesn't use any essence at all. And that's part of the plan, and so that way I always have this active for an extra 95% damage reduction. Let's see... What is different? Okay. Gems. So I got a lot of damage reduction with this build. But the thing I like about this build that I think gives it at least somewhat of an advantage over this build is all of my attacks, all of my offense goes into one attack, which is Corpse Lance. Whereas with this build, I divide my offense between Grim Sith and Corpse Lance. So I kind of have a little trouble there sometimes. Because, like, these Depth Diggers work great for Grim Sith, but don't do anything for Corpse Lance. These work great for Corpse Lance, but don't do anything for Grim Sith. So, and I've got a bunch of things like that, even when just talking about, you know, this Grim Sith damage, this Corpse Lance damage, poison damage, cold damage, you know, they all go for one or the other. Whereas with this build, everything is going into Grim's Corpse Lance. Well, for some reason I thought that I had a different weapon. Because I'm not doing anything. I thought this was a little bit better too. Granted, it increases my movement speed, but oh. I just Believe it or not, the lidless wall may actually be better than the lost time. I know the lost time says it does an extra. Oh, okay, wait. I see what it is. Tough call. Let me get some of it set up. I was thinking about trying to do something with this too. I just don't know how many effective poison skills I can use together. I know I can go bone armor. There is a pretty good version of it here. Only thing I'd be missing out is my I mean, Crispin's sentence will still work. But I won't gain triple the bonus. If they're just slowed, I get 100% damage. Triple if they're frozen.
I waited 1500 years for this. Should I return to my slumber?
See, this one I could fear them. 20% chance to fear. That would cause the secondary ability of Crispin's sentence to kick in. Ugh. But this one, I mean, this one is good because it basically gives me a bonus to damage equal to half of my maximum essence. So I got 309, so it's about 150, 155% bonus damage, which is about half my essence. And it's all the time. But if I switched and put this in my cube, this'll go up to 100% in my cube. So if I just use I'd have to use 3 different poison skills. And that'll give me more bonus damage than this one. But I'll lose out on the critical hit from this. But that only kicks in when I've got this Frozen Lands of the Dead. But This is much more defensive than this, so I wouldn't need this because I'd be going with poison. So that's just part of the test here. Do I go poison or do I go? And if I use this instead of this, I could get rid of this frailty and go with a different thing, maybe something poison based. Gotta be something free, something that doesn't cost any essence. Is there a good bone spirit? Fear. That's more fear. That will help the... Crispin sentence to kick in. Matter of fact, I could just go the poison-based Crimson. I could keep these two. Not these two. Which one did I use? I can't remember now. Must be that one. It's got to be this one. This would be another poison-based skill. I could use this one too. If I went everything poison. Is that gonna work? I think that'll work. No, that won't work. I mean, it'll kind of work. This only works when I use up all of my essence. So I could go with one of these. I could go with Panic Attack. Bone Spirit Panic Attack. Army of the Dead. Command skeleton. So I've got an option. I can't go with that. I can't spend.
Should I find some new attire? These old things are becoming so small.
Whatever I cast, it's got to be free. If I went Army of the Dead. I thought I had that helmet. Thought I had the ancient legendary version of the Army of the Dead. All right. Well, the original plan was cold. That was the original plan. Let me go with that for now. That. Where's that? That. I mean, this might actually be better, especially if I can change over that physical skills to cold skills. That 15 to maximum essence, that's like 7.5% extra damage. Well, maybe I'll just go with this for now. See what happens with it. I think there are better ancient legendary shields out there. I mean, this one isn't bad, but I think he even makes some good shields. This one's probably even better if I get an ancient legendary version of it. Alright, let's try it. But what ancient legendary gem to go for might depend upon this. If I go with the Molten Wildebeest, guess it would be this one. For now, anyways. Never really thought about this one. I don't know if I need that, though. Extra 10% chance for critical hit. Never really thought about that gem. Alright, so skills. This is gonna be Corpse Lance, Brittle Touch. This be my golem. I'll keep my bone armor here.
I imagined that the hero of prophecy would be more lively.
I need Blood Rush. Okay, so the life from death is something I'm gonna need. I'm gonna need those health globes to heal my golem, and that was the biggest issue I had when I made this build before, is my golem kept dying. Ah, that's right. I need, that's the legendary gem I need. I gotta have this one. And that's the really bad part about this build, is that that's almost a complete waste of that legendary gem. But there's really no way around it. If I want to keep my golem alive, I've got to have that legendary gem in there.
What happened with Jonda? He was of your order, yes? Trade. So much for all those fine moves.
His soul was not strong enough to bear cultist talk.
Few are. He was not to blame for that.
Of course he is. The Templar's will must be stronger than his shield. I will tell the Order of his failings, and his name will be blackened. He will never be spoken of again.
La. Could go with... The other thing I like about this build is I don't have to be near my enemies. I mean, I can, but I don't have to be. Frostburn, that's the one. I don't have Frostburn yet. Maybe I can get lucky.
Fate smiles on you today. What? I didn't even know I had that thing. What? I didn't even know I had that thing. don't forget, luck always changes.
You're imaginative, aren't you?
Alright, well, I can get frostburn, but that would be the one I would want. I get corpse lance. Good enough for now. This one's completely useless. Hoping to gain maximum essence, bonus to maximum essence. But good enough for now. I guess I'll be going for armor unless I got something better here. Guess we'll go with armor.
One time, I miscast the charm spell, and Sister Lysa was fawning over me for a fortnight. It was mortifying.
I do have the Army of the Dead one. It's right here. I think I want to just not mess around with any of the abilities on this because this is useful for the Thorns build, in which case I'm going to want to put Thorns in it. I don't think I have another one, do I? I do, but it's not ancient. Could take a while. I don't want critical hit chance because that doesn't work so well with this Land of the Dead. It's got to be corpse lance if anything. There it is. Only 10%, but that'll be good enough for now, just to give me an idea whether or not this is even going to work well. Well, I have no idea whether this is going to work or not. I mean, I guess I could leave the illusory boots on for now, unless I get that frostburn. Really not much point of me doing anything different. This is good if I can just keep moving, but the minute I stop moving, my damage goes down. Curious if I get an icon there or not. Wow, so the minute I stop, automatically goes away. I have to be, I can't even stop to attack.
I need to go back.
So I'm not gonna bother with that one. At least not for this build anyways.
Tell me of your glorious order.
We seek the sacred
I don't know.
stolen by Archbishop Lazarus.
Huh? Well, what's in them? Naughty illustrations, perhaps?
No, they contain prophecy.
I don't know. There's a lot of good choices. Just don't know which one would work best with this particular build. I mean, I could go with this Core to the Sherma. Blind enemies. That also might work well with the... Didn't even notice my Dante's binding is in my set for Grim Sith. I might want to do something like that anyways.
Prophet did not mention what a bore you can be.
Switch out that bone spikes. What's in here? Try that. At least the blind will help my Crispin sentence to kick in more. Have no idea if this is gonna work out. No idea. Right. It'll take a little while for me to get used to the setup, but well, let's just try a regular Nephilim Rift. Let's get used to it.
Are you strong enough to survive the trials?
I learned much from that.
Let's have a corpse. That is not possible. Corpse. Give it more time.
Almost moving too fast.
That needs to recharge. The grave beckons. That is not possible. That is not possible.
Well, sure, it's easy on, I don't know,
I am returning.
in this kind of rift, but I didn't have my Nagel ring on, and
A fine battle.
Wow. Within 7 minutes. So we'll save this one as Legacy Corpse Lance. Alright, and I'm gonna be right back. But when I come back, I'll try a greater rift. See if it does any good. I'll be right back.